So you won't take 6,000?
6,000? I don't understand. 6,000.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever spent money on?
All right, we got a mix of clips today. As always, bad car loans, credit card debt, just bad decisions all around. Even a guy trying to buy a car to sleep in it. But we'll start this one off with a guy wanting a little bit too much for his Hummer.
Yep.
Hello?
How's it going?
Yes, good.
You got the videos and everything I sent you? Because there's a whole bunch of issues. I mean, I know you spent $15,000 on the car, but you're going to spend another $15,000 fixing all these things. And as I was saying, I thought the car had 230K and it's got almost 290.
As I'm saying, I spent up almost more than 15,000 in December or whatever.
So what are you going to do with this car? Because there's so many things you need to fix with it.
No, manifold I can fix it. That's not a problem.
I'm not sure how you put $15,000 into that, because I see these things popping up online all the time. They're usually around 10 grand. They're just not worth the money. And this is in Toronto, Canada. Not exactly the vehicle you want to be driving in the city, but people are willing to dump so much of their cash into a vehicle. Something that doesn't hold its value, which makes me think this is all about the looks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what are you looking to get for it?
No, I'm looking like more than 30K.
More than 30,000?
Yeah.
So I guess you won't take 6,000, huh?
Huh?
So you won't take 6,000?
6,000? I don't understand. 6,000.
Yeah, so how do you get to 30K? Why do you think it's worth 30K? Retail, it's maybe worth, if you fix it, 15,000, it's...
Yeah, when can I pick up this? Until what time you there?
We're open until 7. I'm leaving, but if you want to come down and pick it up, by all means, it'll help us too.
I doubt it's even worth 15,000, but they don't mention the year, so who knows? It's funny, he wants what he's put into it, not what it's worth. And I've met quite a few people over the years that think the same. They dump money into upgrades or repairs. And for some reason, they think that's money they're going to get back. When you put the money in, most of it is gone. It's not coming back.
Okay.
Sorry I couldn't help you there.
No, it's okay. That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, brother. Take care. So clearly, as you heard, we're way off on the numbers on this one. The guy who said he's looking for 30K, he told me it's got 230K. Even if it had 230K, I don't think it's worth $30,000. But really, the car had almost 290K, check engine light, a manifold leak, a whole bunch of stuff. He wants $30,000 for the car. I think it's worth about $6,000, $7,000 on the wholesale side, as is.
I think he's pretty close with the price, because I don't think many people are in the market for these anymore. Especially in Canada, everyone's broke. So dumping that kind of money into a vehicle just doesn't make sense. It's money you won't recover. You're just throwing it away. But some people just need to be seen. And of course, that comes with a price.
I'm just recently divorced. I make $96,000 after taxes. I'm about $105,000 in debt at the current moment. A large majority of that debt is a $52,000 vehicle that I have. That vehicle is currently at a trade-in value of $12,000.
Do you roll negative equity?
Yeah,
what happened?
It's an electric vehicle. I don't know what happened. I've been trying to get rid of it for the longest time. Even if I sell it to a private party, I will only get about maybe 22.
Now, I couldn't imagine paying $60,000 for a Kia. No Kia is worth that price. I don't care what it is. I know I drive one. When I bought it brand new, it was under 20. I think just below 18. And after driving it for 6 years, I honestly think I paid too much.
What kind of car is this? Just to warn people.
A Kia EV6.
Kia. Okay, you got a Kia, and you bought it for how much?
62.
And it's worth 20 now? I'm confused. When did you buy it?
No, you're not. Well, you can be confused. It's crazy. I bought it back in 22.
And in 2 years, the value dropped by like 60-something%?
Yes. I've taken it to about 3 different dealerships. When they ran it, they're like, how did this happen?
How did it happen? It's an EV and a Kia. Those would probably be the biggest issues. Number one being an EV. I'm sure that's debatable. He probably jumped into the EV thinking it was going to save him money on gas and ended up losing a lot with the depreciation.
Did you have high mileage on it? Does it have issues, wear and tear?
Nope, everything is perfectly fine with it. I have about 30,000 miles on it. There's no damage to the vehicle.
There's only 30,000 miles on it?
I think there's a mix of things happening here, Jay. Number one is the EV car market has taken a hit. There's a lot of saturation. Right. There's been people kind of going away from the EV side, car manufacturers. There was an overproduction. Then there's the Tesla battle against the other EV cars, and Kia apparently is not up to snuff in the EV world.
The biggest thing I've noticed about Kia is how cheap the overall quality of the vehicle is. From the engine to the interior to the electronics. It really is about as cheap as you can get. And I'm not trying to bash Kia. I knew this when I bought one, but I think it'll be the last one I own. Next time I'll spend a little bit more to get something a little bit better quality. because with not many miles on this car, it's already burning oil.
I was just kind of needing something big enough for me to sleep in for a little while so I can get my own apartment.
Okay. Well, bad things happen to good people. You got a good friend down in Low Bends. Do you got a job?
I do, yeah.
Perfect. All I need is a most recent pay stub, and I'm sure you've seen the video. So if you got a heartbeat, high five, you qualify. But let me ask you this. When is the soonest you could get here?
We're actually fixing to head to Knoxville. I'm in like transportation.
Okay.
We was going to look at a car on Marketplace, but there's something going on with the fourth gear in it.
Gotcha. Here's the problem with Marketplace, right? You're buying someone else's problem. If it was the great car that drove forever that they claim it to be, why are they selling it, right?
Most people are selling because they're upgrading, not because it's a bad car. The dealers know that. That's why they almost always take the trade. They put a few $1,000s into it and sell it to the next guy for a profit.
That's the cool thing about working with a dealership. All of our vehicles have already been serviced, went through a 150-point inspection. All my cars will come with a warranty. Anything happens, we'll get it taken care of. Also, I'd love to build this young man's credit so we don't have to worry about where we're living. We can one day buy a house.
Well, he only has $700 cash.
Okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. As long as I got the wheel, we're going to make a way. Do you got the wheel?
I got the wheel.
Let's make a way, baby. I'm in Alcoa, Tennessee. Now, you want me to put you down for 1:30 just to be safe? 2 o'clock?
Yes, that will be perfect.
Okay. I'll see you soon, brother. I'm setting the address now.
He just wants to help him build his credit. He's going to be living in that car. Credit should be the last of his worries. It's great to have a home as a goal, but it might make more sense to think about an apartment. They always seem to act as financing is a good thing. It builds your credit. But all it does is take money out of your pocket and put it into theirs.
Customer left the country for a year, came back to their credit score tanking. Looks like somebody that they co-signed with stopped making their payments. And right now she's calling me, trying to get an approval for a 2008 Toyota Highlander. Let's see if we can make it happen. I don't think anybody called you back for the finance app, correct?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm calling you today because you submitted a finance application with us. Now, I wanted to just go over everything with you. Your credit score came back at 549. The bank did decline it because of the credit score. The buy here, pay here lender would really consider you with a cosigner.
And that's exactly why you don't co-sign. It's just too much of a risk. Really, she should have been in contact with that person, making sure the payments were being made. If they weren't, it's her responsibility to cover them. That's exactly what she signed up for. Doesn't really matter if she's left the country. It's still on her, it's her responsibility.
Or if you had like a huge chunk down, which would be closer to like 4 or 5 grand down.
For the Highlander, which is 8 grand.
Yeah, I would recommend a cosigner simply because you'll get a better interest rate. Your down payment might not be as high. That's really kind of holding back this deal. Do you have a cosigner?
So I was on a mission for my church for a year and a half. And I didn't know until I came home that my credit had gotten screwed up because of the mistakes of some other people. That's why my credit score is much lower than what it should be. And I don't have anybody who is able or willing to co-sign.
It wouldn't have been a surprise if she was checking her credit. She's tied someone else's finances to hers and just trusted that they'll pay the bill. The reason they needed a cosigner was because they either had bad credit or no payment history. That's on her for co-signing, not following up with the other person and not checking her own credit.
There's no way for us to make the deal happen. I mean, without a cosigner. Obviously, with a cosigner, it's a lot easier to get approved because they can see that there's 2 people on there.
And is there like a requirement or anything that you know of about what a cosigner's credit would have to be for that?
Not necessarily, it's just somebody with decent credit. Like you can't get somebody that has like under 500.
Hypothetically, say like I was to find a cosigner, do they have to be there in person with?
So she co-signed for someone, it went bad. And now she's considering finding a cosigner for herself. Not the smartest move. It seems like she didn't really learn anything here. And she's willing to risk someone else's credit for her own mistakes.
I know y'all are dying to know how much interest I'm paying each month while owing $30,000 worth of credit card debt. I'm currently down to $24,000, but in the month of January, I paid $716.19 in interest alone. In the month of February, I paid $681.69. And last month, in the month of March, I paid a total of $649.14. That brings me to a total of $2,047.02 in the first quarter of the year.
That's a car payment every month, just in interest. It's one of the things I wish I looked at when I had debt. I would see the charges on the statement, but never took the time to total it all up. If I did, I think I would have taken it more seriously and not wasted so much time and money.
I did manage to pay off $5,000 in those 3 months, but $2,000 going towards interest is crazy. And yeah, I'm just now finding out about this number along with you guys. I just checked my account and that's exactly what went towards interest only. That means I need to stay committed on paying this credit card debt off. It's going to be a long journey, but I know that I can become debt-free by the end of this year, so follow along to watch me make it happen.
If you charge it, pay it off right away. Don't hold a balance, don't pay any interest. And if you can't handle doing that, it might be the smartest move to get rid of the cards, at least until you can get your spending under control. It took me a long time to be able to use them responsibly, and it cost me a lot of money learning it the wrong way.
My husband and I just got approved for our 11th credit card, even though we're in the process of paying off $55,000 worth of credit card debt, so let's talk about it. If you've been following me for a while, then you know a couple months ago we talked about getting approved for a city card, and that way we could do a balance transfer at 0%. We got approved for $3,000. That was all well and fine. This is a new card, and before you comment saying that I'm insane, just hear me out. Before we applied for the city card, I had no intention of getting any additional cards. I've been asked several times if I would even look at that path, and I was like, absolutely not. I don't need more cards. We're going to be closing cards. We definitely don't need more.
Balance transfers sound good, and they can be for certain people. People that have their spending under control. People with discipline. But taking on another credit card when you're already trying to get out of credit card debt is a risk I wouldn't want to take, especially when you've already proved that managing debt is an issue. Credit cards were a problem. It's very unlikely that they'll be the solution.
Things have changed a little bit. So we got that city card. We got approved for $3,000, and while that was great, it doesn't save us much. We weren't looking for other balance transfer offers. However, actually when we were on our trip in California, my husband got a notice on his Credit Karma account, because that's what we use to keep track of our credit score, that he had outstanding approval odds for the American Airlines credit card. If this were any other credit card, I don't think that we would have done it. However, he has to fly American Airlines a lot for work. So if any credit card was a good fit, it was going to be this one. And they had a 0% introductory balance transfer offer for 15 months. So long story short, we talked about it a lot and we decided to go ahead and apply for it, and we got approved.
I know someone in a similar position. They have some debt, some credit cards, some personal loans. I've been trying to help them out, and honestly, I think I'm going to give up. They were offered a balance transfer, and it could help them out. It could save them some money. But no matter how much help they get, the money just keeps being spent. And I'm 100% sure that that balance transfer would only free up a card so that they could spend more.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever spent money on?
Probably some night vision.
Night vision goggles that are military grade. How much does that cost?
It just depends on the kind that you're looking for. I think what I got them for, it's a PVS 14, so it was like $2-3 grand.
This truck and camper.
My car, my house, a lot of extra expenses.
Probably cars. I bought a used Jaguar over in England, and I spent more money trying to keep that on the road than it was ever worth. So.
An ex-husband.
The ex-husband!
Most of those weren't that bad. For myself, it was going out in my early 20s. I'd be out 2 or 3 times a week with friends. We could easily spend $100, $200 each a night. All that money just thrown away. I remember telling myself it was all about the memories. Now I wish I couldn't remember, because that money should have been saved. It should have been invested, and it could have been growing this entire time. Let me know in the comments the dumbest thing you've spent money on in the past. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.